Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are San Diego.
Wednesday afternoon, midsummer in our tourist mecca, from the Hotel Del to Petco Park. Baseball across the bridge. The Mariners and Padres. The Padres aim to square the two-game series after losing last night. Justin Upton comfortable on these home grounds. And how about Seattle's Nelson Cruz? He brings his home run bat from Seattle. Cruz has punished all National League opponents, 19 home runs on the season for the Mariners. As we welcome you to beautiful Petco Park on this afternoon of summer, it's the Mariners and the Padres, the second game of this brief two-game series. And good afternoon, everyone. A midweek good afternoon. That day baseball feels good.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Yeah.
You look dapper as ever.
Well,
I'm ready for a big league win.
Getting ready for that road trip. We're going to need lighter affair, that's for sure. And antiperspirant, I might remind you as well.
Doubly packed.
Well, James Shields looks for his 8th win. He's coming off a June that is totally forgettable.
Well, anytime, here's the way I look at that. Anytime you have a guy who's going to pitch the 7th game of the World Series last year and he's on your team now, well, as you mentioned, Dick, I'm sure he's gone through spurts like this during his big league career. The first 14 starts, even the ERA a little high over 3.5, but 7-0, getting a lot of support. The last two, the 9 ERA, the opponent's batting average, I think that is because falling behind and with his breaking stuff, some of the changeups, even curveballs up in the zone, and James Shields will be the first one to tell you, I need to make an adjustment. He's very accountable. He's very hard on himself. He wants to do the best he can for this team each and every time out, and he gives you that. He leaves it all out on the mound for the Padres, so that's a good thing that Padre fans can look for.
Want some good news?
Yes.
James Shields, when he pitches the last game of a series, is 49-25. So that's a good omen. Well, June is gone. A start of a new month. Now or never for the Padres. How about now? Chris Button with a hopeful eye when we return. Matters by GMC. Precision matters. And by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you could save. Petco. What we feed them matters. By GMC. Precision matters. And by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you could save.
Welcome back to San Diego. Game 2 of this short 2-game series against the Mariners. The Padres ended the month of June with 2 straight losses, hoping to change things around at the beginning of July and get things on the winning ways. Talking to Pat Murphy last night, he knows his team has all the pieces. They've yet to just put them all together at the right time.
You people can see this. This team is playing hard, and either a guy comes in and pitches a gem like tonight, or ball's just out of reach. We're not clicking yet that I've seen. I've been here 13 games, so we're not clicking yet. We're not atrocious, but we're not clicking. And when we do, I think it'll look all much differently. Same guys will look different.
So now that goes into the hands of James Shields. It was a disappointing June for him, but much brighter ways as we hit July. Hope to get things back on the winning path before heading off to the Midwest. We got first pitch coming up. Day baseball in San Diego.
Strikeouts for Taijuan Walker. Cano chases and James Shields strikes him out.
So James Shields, after that elusive 8th win today, losing his last 2 and struggling through June. Padres have lost his last 4 starts. He takes the mound, and hopefully he'll be able to repeat what happened in Seattle in the 6th inning when he walked the bases loaded but pitched out of it, and he pitched with venom. A strikeout and a double play, and he went on to beat the Mariners up in the Northwest.
Yeah, big key for James Shields, as we see here in Seattle, is a ground ball, right? To get the double play, working down to the zone. When he does just that, the changeup dips more. The curveball has more bite to it. Hence the swings and misses and the grounders when he needs them most.
Way back Wednesday, the Padres wearing their uniforms of 1985 to 1990. Here's the lineup for the Mariners, brought to you by Hyundai. Morrison, Cano, Cruz, Same 3 as last night with Kyle Seager moving into the cleanup spot. Franklin Gutierrez gets a start in left, then Austin Jackson. Brad Miller and Mike Zunino down the bottom of the order, each with home runs last night in the 5-0 Seattle victory. And Taijuan Walker will bat 9th.
And the scouting report for right-hander veteran James Shields. One thing's for certain, limit the walks. Last 3 outings, 3 walks, 4 walks, 2. And also get to 2 strikes early. We know how nasty James Shields can be. With 2 strikes, expand that strike zone with his fastball, with either of his pitches for the strikeout.
I like the pinstripe uniforms of yesteryear. Here's the Padres defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. With Upton in left, Venable in center, Kemp playing right field. Solarte at third, Amarista the shortstop, Jerko at second, Alonso around the horn at first base, with Norris behind the plate for the veteran right-hander, number 33, James Shields. 17th start of the season for the product of Newhall, California, and Hart High School. We saw another last night, Mike Montgomery, who turned 26 today from the same high school, and he pitched a beauty. A 1-hit shutout, 5-0 win for Seattle last night. Logan Morrison will lead it off for the Mariners. He has 9 home runs, the first baseman. Tripled last night. Padres split the 2 games in Seattle earlier in May, trying to come up with a win today and to have the 2 games at Petco. And we're underway. First pitch swinging. Morrison sends a pop fly behind the plate. Norris tosses the mask and in fair territory makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Shields. That brings up Robinson Cano. And Shields knows Cano well and knows that he's tough to get out. Cano against James is hitting .402. His season has dipped down. He's having a real half-season slump of that .238 batting average and only 4 home runs. But against Shields, hitting .402 with 4 home runs and 9 doubles in their previous meetings.
Yeah, and last night, I'm sure that James was watching Ian Kennedy. First 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts, high fastballs out of the zone.
First pitch is a fastball strike at 91. Ground ball sharply, and Alonso gloves it, takes it to the bag. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Brings up Nelson Cruz. Cruz celebrating his 31st birthday today. 35 for the outfielder who leads the team in almost every category. His average, home runs, RBIs, runs scored, hits, and walks. He is to Seattle what Justin Upton is to the Padre lineup.
So a couple of birthday cakes in the Mariner clubhouse. Mike Montgomery, his birthday is today, and Nelson Cruz. Hopefully the Padres can spoil the birthday.
That's right. Let's see if Shields can blow out the candles before.
Oh, I like it.
The Mariners get to it, huh? Let them eat cake.
A little Marie Antoinette here in the top of the first. Nice.
Shields fires that fastball at 92. Boy, just off the top, just the first few pitches. Looks like he's got the good giddy up today.
Good giddy up and very aggressive, going right after these Mariner hitters.
And it's a protective swing. He stays alive. Count remains 2 strikes.
Well, the last 2 starts, and here is a percentage of the fastball, cutter, curveball, changeup. Pretty even with the fastball, cutter. Pretty even. I should say it is even at 30%. The curveball mixed in there, and then the changeup. But that could flip-flop. Whatever James has a good field for on this certain day, might be the good field for the changeup. He might throw more of those.
Line drive left field. It's carrying, and Upton has to go up and get it. That ball was a laser off the bat of Nelson Cruz. But the Mariners go in order in the first. Arcade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Oh, this kid has got a live arm. We're going to focus on the fastball. Free and easy delivery. And if he can locate that, if he can throw that pitch down and in, down and away, up and in, out and away, 8 out of 10 times, this kid is going to have one heck of a career. He averages 94 miles an hour. Averages.
And he is just the reverse of James Shields with a June record. While Shields and the Padres lost his 4 starts, his last 4, Walker and the Mariners have won his last 4 appearances.
With those 4 pitches, how about that fastball inside? He is not afraid to pitch inside, and that tells you something about the kid.
And here's the Padres lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Kemp, Norris, and Alonso. Upton, Solarte, Venable. Jerko, Amarista, and Shields. Kemp in that leadoff spot again. 6 home runs, 247 average. And first pitch is in there for a strike. 91 on that first delivery. Walker's only 22, another Southern California product. He's from Yucaipa, north of Palm Springs, high school there. A little more on that fastball at 94. With that kind of stuff and youth, you look at what he's done the last 3 starts. No walks and 21 1/3 innings. He threw that right through the swing of Kemp.
I think one of the reasons why you can see those numbers or explain those numbers recently is just more aggressive with the fastball.
Look at Kemp. He is really,
I like him,
suited up, isn't he?
He's accessorizing with the brown pinstripes.
And the first man to face Walker tastes that fastball. Strikeout number 1. Interesting, he works from the stretch, not the windup.
We saw that up in Seattle with the right-hander. Keeps it simple. You know, there's a philosophy when, especially for a young pitcher, pitching coaches will say, hey, let's eliminate a lot of the windup so you don't have to worry about that to get your mechanics in order. So he's got an abbreviated windup.
Norris last night, a walk, a couple of strikeouts, and a line out. And Yonder Alonso to follow here in the bottom of the first inning. Way back Wednesday, the second of 5 this year, and also our 11th annual Dogs of Summer. Had a lot of nice looking canines parading around the grounds before the game. A ball and a strike to Norris. Up the middle, but positioned perfectly. Cano behind second base, and there's 2 away. Hit hard enough, but into the shift. Last half dozen starts, 5-1 with a 1.91 ERA and only 3 walks, 44 strikeouts.
Yeah, and right out of the gate, Dick, as I mentioned, being more aggressive with that 4-seam fastball. 7 pitches, I believe, been all fastballs. He's trying to, lose a good boy. Oh, man's best friend. That's great.
Alonso hitting .311. That's the best batting average of any Padre coming into this game. Two and 0.
A little bit of a run on that 4-seam fastball. Not a lot, but a little arm side run. It would be away to the left-handed hitters.
High fly ball to center. Jackson there to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the 22-year-old Walker. No score after 1 at Petco.
scoreless in 13 days. T-minus 13 days, folks. July 14th, baseball's best. They're going to gather in the great city of Cincinnati for the Midsummer Classic with home field advantage for the World Series on the line. Coverage of the 2015 Major League Baseball All-Star Game begins July 14th at 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
July is here, and that means we'll celebrate the 4th of July in St. Louis. Padres, after the game, will take their charter United flight to St. Louis, arriving at the hotel around midnight tonight for the first of 4 games against the Cardinals with the best home record in all of baseball. Goodness. They are an amazing 29-8 at home. Whew. Shields goes to work in the second inning. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, hitting .258 with a dozen home runs. Shift on. Solarte stays on the left side. Amarista over behind second. 1-1. It's also Canada Day. Our good neighbors to the north celebrating their national holiday. On this day in 1867, they formed what is now the country of Canada.
Love Canada.
And the people that come from that great country. I mean, they just I feel like I haven't met a Canadian I didn't like, huh?
Well, love our neighbors to the north. Canada, America's hat.
Please. Well, that's right. I guess we've got the sombrero at one side and maybe a bowler hat up to the north. Right? 1-2. More specifically, on this date in 1867, the 3 colonies, the colony of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, with the already province of Canada, united to form the country of Canada.
I'll be quite honest with you. I wish Montreal was still in the league.
That'd be nice.
Love going up there.
Popped up. Left side. Solarte up into the sun. Glasses down. And there's one away. Seager pops up. It'll bring up Franklin Gutierrez. And a look at the keys to the game today, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, hey, let's make it a rough game for the M's.
I get it.
And how about for James Shields? Some bite with the curveball and bark with the fastball.
You are howling today, my partner.
The canines here. Be sure to give them plenty of water. Keep them covered if you can, and especially give them lots of love.
Gutierrez with a shift on. Here's a good story. Franklin Gutierrez, a few years ago, was regarded as maybe the best defensive center fielder in all of baseball, and then he's fallen onto terrible health problems, a spinal arthritic condition. Didn't play at all last year. I pop up off first. Alonso over to take a look, and it's out of play. Missed all of the year, making a comeback at Tacoma in the Pacific Coast League. Was hitting well, .317, 7 home runs, so they brought him up. Yeah, the dogs. And who's running the show? The Masters or the dogs, huh? Ball and a strike to Gutierrez, who has hit well here as a Mariner. .310 average at Petco with 4 home runs. In fact, it was this man, Dave Niehaus, the late Dave Niehaus, a former broadcast partner of mine, the Mariners announcer, an icon up in the Northwest. In his heyday, Gutierrez so good in defense, he said, that's where center field, that's where fly balls go to die. With Gutierrez out there in center.
That's a good way of describing it, and it's a great story. You wish good things for players who've battled back from something like that, no doubt.
And it's a condition that just doesn't go away. I mean, he may feel terrific for a week, and then he's hurting again.
King Felix, how you doing?
Hubba hubba. 3-2 now to Gutierrez. Austin Jackson to follow. Jerko now has shifted over. He's on the second base side of the bag with the full count. Good reaction. Shields to snare that line drive back through the box. But it's interesting, had that ball gotten through Shields, it was aimed right at Jerko. He was positioned perfectly.
Slider down and away. That was almost like a changeup off the bat, off the end of the bat. You can even hear it. Great reaction by James Shields.
Yeah, the job of pitching doesn't end when the ball leaves your hand. Austin Jackson. He's sorry to see June go by the boards. He hit .304 last month to raise his average up to .265. .92 mile-an-hour strike.
Yeah, Austin Jackson is hoping that June has 31 days, 32 days, 33 days. Keep it going, right?
Yeah.
Here's where James Shields needs that wipeout pitch and hopefully put them away early.
79th game of the season, Mark Grant. So on Friday, when we're in St. Louis for Game 2, that'll be the halfway mark. 81 games into the year.
And you're so good about the halfway mark after 4.5 innings, right? See, that's the exact halfway point.
Well, we got to have a little billboard, a little drum roll, and maybe a trumpet blare there. Yeah, we'll get
halfway already.
Our director Michael Odino to blow into that whatever he takes on the road trip with him. Maybe that'll make a sound.
Yeah, how that gets through security, I'll never know.
Yeah, well, that's why you fly charter. 2 strikes on Jackson. Pretty good pitch. 1 and 2.
Looked like the front door slider, trying to peck away at that inside corner. See Jackson kind of scooting back a little bit, and that ball came back and just missed. Clearly a ball on Fox Tracks, brought to you by Honda.
1-2 delivery. No action, Jackson. Strike 3. 6 up, 6 down for James Shields. Padres lead off the second inning with left fielder Justin Upton. Solarte and Venable to follow.
Family has a new addition as of last night. Anthony Keith Wynn III, Tony Jr.'s new baby, will be known as Trey, but can only guess that Mr. Padre, laughing and with a twinkle in his eye at the new grandbaby. Congratulations to Alicia and Mom and Dad and everyone.
Absolutely. Anthony Keith Gwynn III.
Congratulations to the legacy.
Carrying on the name. I love that. That's great.
Trey. I can hear it now. He's going to be Trey. Justin Upton against Walker. Off speed for Walker. 11 home runs for Justin Upton prior to the All-Star break. No Padre has done that at Petco. And he's hitting .313 in 39 games here on the home grounds. Solarte, then Venable to follow.
Man, I look at these uniforms, and of course I think of Tony Gwynn, but I think of Shane Mack, Marvell Wynn, John Kruk, Robbie Alomar, Randy Reddy. Oh, the Padre. Carmelo Martinez. All the former Padre greats. And who can forget Sean Abner?
I know a couple people raising their hands. That's in there, and Upton knew it. Second strikeout for Walker.
Hey, Padre fans, if you're watching, come to Petco Park today after the game for a post-game concert. Even if you're here at the ballpark, stay tuned. Lil Jon will be performing at the park approximately 10 minutes after the last out. I know you're going to be first in line, Professor.
Yeah, that's big.
Game tickets are available until the 7th inning, and $10 event passes will be available at the Petco box office after the 7th inning. So Lil Jon,
what's his big hit? Do you know? I'll usually know this.
Just wait till tomorrow.
Just wait till tomorrow.
I just made that up. I have no. I guess he threw out the first pitch this afternoon.
Up and in, 1-1. Yeah, there's Lil Jon. Ooh, rocking and firing. Ooh, rapping and firing.
Yeah, a little rough. Yeah.
Don't lose your day job.
That was more of a push than a throw.
Hey, nobody's perfect. 2-1, Solarte. Foul tip, 2-2. So far, Taijuan Walker dominating the same way that his counterpart, the left-hander Mike Montgomery, did in pitching a one-hit shutout last night. Sharply hit and backhanded by Miller on the outfield grass. He takes a hit away from Solarte. Will Venable with 2 outs. The base is empty as the hitter.
Well, Brad Miller, first of all, did a nice job going to his right to get this. And then watch how he collects himself. Okay, squares up. Nice short arm stroke. Not a long arm stroke. From the ear, accurate throw over to Logan Morrison. The shortstops know when to use that arm.
Venable at 263. Good day hitter. Walker was a high pick just 5 years ago, 43rd overall out of Yucaipa High School. Made his debut in the big leagues 3 years after he signed. Last year came up for 5 starts with the Mariners. And he looks to be a regular now at age 22. Breaking ball for a striker, a cutter.
Yeah, he throws that cutter. That's a nice pitch. And Dick, I remember hearing a lot of teams inquire about Taijuan Walker in trade talk. They want that hot arm in their organization. But the Mariners aren't going to do such a thing. They're going to hold on to him, and you can see why.
Some of our lady fans, and then generously giving the ball to a youngster. Well done.
I think we just saw a changeup out of the hand of Taijuan Walker.
6 wins, 6 losses for Walker. Up the middle and ranging behind the bag for the backhand is Cano, and holding on at first base Morrison. He's able to maintain contact with that foot, although the Padres aren't totally convinced. We'll see if they challenge. Apparently not. On either side, top of the third, it'll be Brad Miller leading off. And it's time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag SDDataStrongFan, and you might see yourself in an upcoming telecast. All brought to you by T-Mobile. Hashtag SDDataStrongFan. Let's go back to the play that ended the last inning. Is his foot off the bag? Catches the ball there, and then the foot drags off. Close, but the call correct on the field, it would appear. And we go on to the third inning. Brad Miller, 2-run home run last night. 7th of the season. Last 5 games, Miller 8 for 20 with a home run. And in the last 7 against National League pitching, he's hit 3 home runs. Miller, Zunino, and Walker against Shields in the third. Miller took Shields deep in Seattle. Here it is. Squared that one up and drove it into right center field for a home run. That's in the back of the memory bank of James Shields.
Sure, and that's some serious pop the opposite way from Brad Miller, especially in that ball yard. It's not easy to hit home runs at Safeco Field.
He right 3. Second strikeout for Shields. He got Jansen to end the second.
Well, one thing I've noticed about James Shields already this afternoon, he's really staying nice over the rubber and not rushing towards home plate. See the rotation? That's the slider or cutter, if you want to call it that, right on the outside corner. A nice frame job by Derek Norris.
Brings up the catcher, Zunino. He got the Mariners on the board early last night with a solo home run in the third. He doesn't make contact often, but when he does, watch out. Batting 167, but 9 home runs. Zunino is the #1 draft pick of the Mariners, 3rd overall selected just 3 years ago. He jumped to the major leagues in a hurry out of the University of Florida. Tied him up with that pitch. Changeup 1-2. As we mentioned last night, from an interesting background, both his mother and father born in Italy, and both played a game where a bat meets ball. Mom is a softball player, played professionally in Italy, and dad played baseball professionally in Italy.
They got a pretty cool league over there in Italy. They play like 3-4 games a week, and it's on the weekend. And then on the Sunday game, I understand that both teams get together. They get the tables out. They break out the vino. They have a little pasta. Right. Both teams get together and ciao bella.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Huh? That's the way to do it. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Shields. 3 in a row.
That's a nice changeup from James Shields. He's throwing a couple. Watch it out of the hand. Changeup grip. Stay on top of it. And Zunino way out in front of it.
The pitcher, Taijuan Walker, doesn't get many chances to hit. 0 for 4 this year.
This canine wants a smooch.
How many dogs do you have?
That's.
Don't want to touch that, huh?
I've got one, a Labrador Retriever. His name is Chunk.
Chunk, huh?
Oh, he's great. He's a good boy. He's 9. Do you have any pets?
Well, we had a couple of Dalmatians. And
what numbers were they?
What numbers?
Yeah.
Oh,
1 to 101.
Oh, the spots. Oh, I see. Right field, Kemp is positioned for that line drive as Walker flirts with a hit. The Mariners pitching staff hasn't had a base hit in 3 years. Back with the spots.
Of summer, former longtime Charger Nick Hardwick joining us. What brings you out here to Petco today?
It's my 8th wedding anniversary today, and so my wife planned a good trip for me and my 2 sons to come out and watch the game and enjoy San Diego.
Hey, I gotta say, that's a good wife. For you, I get to spend more time with the family. How's retirement been?
It's been fantastic. It's been really nice getting to know the boys on a really intimate level, to be home a lot more, and to just get a ton of family time. It's been nice.
You get 2 boys. Are they becoming more baseball fans or more football fans?
They're baseball fans at the house right now. Every morning we wake up, we hit the ball off the tee. They run laps around the house like they hit a home run. It's amazing.
Well, I appreciate the time. Enjoy the family time, Nick. Yeah. Guys?
All right. Thank you, Chris. Nick Hardwick wearing the San Diego Padre cap.
Yeah, what a great player. What an even better person, Nick Hardwick.
Yeah, that center and an offensive line, he's got to be the genius. He calls all the blocking assignments and has to snap the ball accurately and make his own blocks. It's a shame he couldn't get into Indiana, had to go to Purdue. Jed Jerko leads off the 3rd. Jerko back from El Paso last night. Pops that one up off first base. Might be a play. Morrison thinks he's got a shot at it, and he does. So neither pitcher has allowed a base runner thus far. Alexi Amarista, the hitter. Yeah, some forecast of a possible shower now and then. There are a few sprinkles as we drove to the ballpark at 9 o'clock this morning. Unusually humid for San Diego the last couple of days, and I guess that's going to continue through the weekend.
They're just getting us ready for our trip, Dick.
That's right. Whoa, watch out now. That goes into the dugout of the Padres, and Derek Norris first to scramble after it. If it's going to hit anyone, it would have hit him.
I was going to say Derek Norris probably got down on his knees to block this bat coming in.
Boy, it was right at him. Can you believe it? Isn't it tough enough that he gets all those foul tips? Now your own teammate throwing lumber at you. Hang in there, Derek. You don't think it's going to be hot and humid on this trip, do you?
Not at all.
Okay.
It's a good weight loss plan.
Yeah, we can both afford that.
I could.
Yeah, Marista goes down swinging. 3 strikeouts now for Walker. Our closed captioning on this afternoon is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. James Shields. Maybe the pitcher will get a base hit. Walker hit the ball hard for an out to right field in the top half of this 3rd inning. Walker hasn't unleashed that plus 95 mile an hour fastball yet. But there's one at 94. So St. Louis tomorrow night, Friday night, day game Saturday, Sunday, right on to Pittsburgh for 3 games. An off day in Dallas, and then 3 the following weekend against the Rangers. 9 up, 9 down for Walker. To you by Arco, and it features Edgar Martinez. There are his impressive career numbers, and hired just less than 2 weeks ago as the new hitting coach of the Mariners.
Well, you go around Seattle, and if you're a baseball fan, you don't even have to say the last name. You just say Edgar, and people know you're talking about that man right there.
Tough man to strike out, wasn't he?
Probably one of the best right-handed hitters around. And Mark Sweeney joins us. Mark Sweeney, your opinion on the great Edgar Martinez?
One of my favorite right-handed hitters of all time. And every time you watched him, you could not throw the same pitch twice because he would adjust that well to pitches. It didn't matter if you got him on a curveball. If you threw it again, you felt comfortable with it, he would lace it in the gap. He was one of the best hitters, and consistency always comes to mind when I think of Edgar Martinez.
Logan Morrison, the leadoff man, to start the 4th inning as each pitcher, Shields and Walker, going through the lineup for the first time, 9 up, 9 down. Morrison popped up to catcher Norris to open the ball game.
I remember Edgar always doing these eye exercises. He had these cards. He'd put on these funny looking glasses. He'd sit in front of his locker and like slide these cards and it would like strengthen your muscles in your eyes. Very interesting. Another thing he did was, and Mark, you probably saw this, he took BP with the donut on the bat.
Yep.
The donut would be on the bat, and you talk about great hand-eye coordination.
And strength.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's why you do it. And there was so many unconventional things that Edgar Martinez did. I mean, he did a high T drill, which I think everyone tried to do. And you think about it all the time. And we watched Justin Upton.
Line drive and snared by Amarista. Throws. Just a bit late on the throw. Terrific play by Amarista, almost robbing Morrison of a base hit. Morrison with his speed just legging it out for the first hit in the game. Great range by the little ninja. Yeah, looks like he's safe.
Yeah. Boy, what a great effort by Alexi. I didn't even think it was going to be this close.
I didn't either.
When he gloved it and then got up and spun, I thought it's not even going to be close. What a play. Foot on the bag, yes. The ball not in the glove yet. Hey, Alexi, nice play, though.
Bang, bang play. First hit, first base runner. Let's see how Shields operates from the stretch as Robinson Cano steps up. Grounded to first in the first.
Mark, I wanted to ask you, elaborate on your point. What was the high T drill and what did it do?
Well, you think of Justin Upton, and for the Padre fans to just understand the power swing. The barrel of the bat sometimes gets underneath the baseball. So a high T drill basically incorporates that top hand in controlling the barrel, especially on that high pitch. So what he would do is try to incorporate that and do a high T drill. Anyone that gets underneath the baseball, a guy that comes to mind is Jed Jerko on the Padres staff. Working on that high T drill will definitely help you. Not only the high pitch, but just using both hands.
Makes sense.
So it makes sense. You know, this is a right-handed hitter that does a lot. You see Robinson Cano in the batter's box now, does a lot of different drills to get yourself prepared for batting practice and then incorporating that into the game.
A ball and a strike to Cano. He misses away, 2-1.
What it comes down to, guys, is doing a drill that makes you feel like you're ready for every single game. Obviously, if you're facing a sinker baller, a high T drill might not be something that you do that particular day. But if it's part of your repertoire, you have to be consistent with that so you know that you're ready every single day.
Runner goes, and it's fouled away. Morrison back to first base, and the count levels at 2-2.
See what Shields is trying to do here to Robinson Cano. Keep the ball away. Everything is away. Maybe get something to hook. Keep it on the ground.
Cano with some great years with the Yankees. 5 straight seasons where he hit at least 20. Make that 40 doubles and 25 home runs in a season. He brought legitimate status with him to the Great Northwest last year. Boy, that's a 55-footer, and the count is full.
What a great block by Derek Norris.
Last year, Cano with the Mariners, his first year, hit .314. 14 home runs, 82 runs batted in. There's the numbers for this year compared to a season ago through June. The first 3 months last year hit .320. This year only .238.
I think he's going to hold the runner, and here's why. I think Lloyd McClendon wants to try to avoid the strike him out, throw him out. Just a thought. You know, Morrison does have decent speed, but James Shields also has that strikeout pitch.
And the quick move to first.
Yeah. Saying something about his motion.
Well, Shields does kind of stair-step it down a bit. Not this time. Runner goes. And a line drive. Oh, just over Amarista's head. And with the runner going, Morrison makes it to third. That's a bold move by Morrison. Good throw from center field. But Morrison able to slide in, and it's first and third with no one out.
Well, with a stolen base attempt by Logan Morrison, you could see your direct line to second base. So hard to get an angle. You see the wide turn around second base, but an aggressive turn. See Will Venable trying to throw him out at third base just in time with a good slide into third.
The slide away from the tag and down toward home plate and enabled Morrison to get in there safely.
Now that was a pitch you were just describing as far as the high T drill that Robinson Cano stayed on top. It was a high pitch and hit it on the line.
You get below that, it's a lazy fly ball, possible punch out. We saw the Padre pitchers elevate with Robinson Cano yesterday.
Cruz just a little short punch at that one and knocks it down the right field line, foul. If you go back to 2009, here are the major league leaders in home runs, with Cruz in fourth spot behind Cabrera, Pujols, and Bautista. 194 dingers.
Really, the names on that list really indicate the type of production that Nelson Cruz has put up in the big leagues.
Infield will give up a run for an out. Shields will look back the runner and able to get an out without the run scoring. One away. Brings up Kyle Seager.
You know, no matter how hard the ball is hit, even a little squibber out in front of home plate, first and third, or second and third, first and third situation, I check that. You always have to check that lead runner at third base. You know, chances are he's not going to be going because it's a little dribbler out in front of home plate. Guy on second base or first base goes to second, but freeze that guy and make him go back. Make this guy go back to third base and then throw to first.
Left-handed hitting Seager, first base open. A right-handed batter, Gutierrez, is next. We'll see how Shields pitches here. Will he give Seager anything good to hit? Shift is on, even though there are runners at second and third.
Yeah, you see the shift, but also infield in a tad, trying to get that runner at home plate. Well, I think the offense for the Padres really indicates how you have to play this defensively. The one hit last night, no hits yet. You got to play like this is a one-run ball game.
Well, Mark Sweeney was just mentioning about the shift, but look at how closely they're playing here and here to keep those runners close enough.
Seager has to be tempted to try to go to left field, but so far Shields pitching him inside. Tough to get inside out on the swing. There's a lot of real estate over on that third base side.
And to your point, Dick, when you locate your pitches, which James Shields has done today, you can pitch to that shift.
In the dirt, a breaking ball, 2-1.
Yeah, that's what we tend to forget sometimes is hitters hit into the shift, but it all starts with the pitcher hitting his spot because that's what the scouting report says. If a pitcher hits his spot, ball's put in play because the pitch is at that spot. That's where he hits it.
Well, if you think of Derek Jeter and a pitch that's in, he's able to hit the ball the other way. He stays inside it so well. But there's not many hitters that can do that, that can pull their hands inside and hit that pitch that's middle in away. So you get a guy that can locate. Very difficult. That's the reason why so many people are talking about the defensive shifts these days.
Maybe a pitch around now, 3-1. Second and third for the Mariners. First serious threat of this afternoon's game. And a walk. And that's one of those situations. Shields is going to throw him pitches. If you want to swing at a bad ball, okay, go ahead. If not, I'm comfortable in loading him up and setting up a possible double play ball with Gutierrez batting. He lined back to Shields the first time up. Morrison at third, Cano at second, Seager now at first.
Well, Dick, with Franklin Gutierrez, and you're not getting consistent playing time, you have to realize he is looking for the fastball in this situation. So let's see if James Shields pitches him backwards. Starts him off with a breaking ball, possibly.
Yeah, only 6 at-bats prior to this game for Gutierrez.
That was the changeup.
Yeah, hitters in this situation, you're right, Mark. They're looking for the old number 1, and Shields does just that. Off speed, down and in. And if he's got the feel for that, it's going to be a tough at-bat.
One and one, another changeup. The condition that Gutierrez has been battling, the health condition, is called AS, ankylosing spondylitis, a type of arthritis of the spine. Sounds even awful, doesn't it? Yeah. Very painful. It's an immune disease. Swings at that fastball and misses. 1-2.
Well, backing up those 2 changeups with a fastball, just speeding him up, trying to change the timing of Franklin Gutierrez. See Austin Jackson on the on-deck circle. They've been doing a heavy dose of inside pitches to Franklin Gutierrez.
Bases loaded. Mariners here with 1 out in the 4th. No score. Another changeup. It's 2-2. With his 3 1/3 innings today, Shields has now gone over the 100 inning mark, 101 to the moment.
Look at all those pitches. All 4 of them down and in.
Swing and a foul tip. Well placed again. Look where that number 5 was, right at the knees on the corner.
You see the swing by Franklin Gutierrez out front, just tipping the top part of that baseball.
Doesn't like that first signal from Norris, nor that one. And now it's going to back off and have Norris come out, and they can just verbally decide what they want to throw here. 2-2.
Well, they're having a conversation right now, but my question to you, Mark Grant, is sometimes they shake to get to that first sign.
Right.
And it's just that gamesmanship between the pitcher and catcher.
Yeah, and I think in this situation, everything's down and in. You could do it one of 2 ways. Well, not with the long talk. I think something hard inside is going to be the choice, because that 2-seam fastball has a tough time for a hitter to really square that one up. And plus, if that's going to be the case, the infielders know this. So heads up on the left side. Solarte Amarista. 2-seamer inside. If by chance he gets on top of it, he's going to hit that ball that way. So no signs probably given since they talked about it.
And here comes the 2-2. Got him swinging. Another changeup. 2 away.
Well, you think that James Shields wanted to try to go in, down and in, change up. Here's the only fastball they at bat. 92-93. He pulls the string again. But look at that. Pitch number 4. Pitch number 5. Down and in. Again, Derek Norris setting up late. 2-3. And there it is. Great movement on that changeup.
Yeah, bottom falling out of that change.
Went right back to the well.
So now the infield can move back. 2 away. Austin Jackson, he struck out the first time. Austin, a Texan born in Denton, but they decided not to call him Denton Jackson. They went for Austin, the state capital. Out of play.
If they elected to call him Denton, he would have to be a pitcher, because that's Denton True Young's Cy Young's first name.
Yeah, Denton Cy Young.
That's right.
Too fast to be a pitcher. Did I say that out loud?
Well, James Shields has done some big league pitching in this inning.
Still working with the bases loaded behind him. And now 1-2 to Jackson. Remind me to share with you a moment in history that reflects how pitching has changed so dramatically in this game. We'll wait till after this inning. See if Shields can battle his way out of this bases loaded jam and stay scoreless.
Well, Derek Norris is giving the signs, but also setting up late, setting up on the outside part, then shifting inside quickly. That guy on second base.
Swing and a miss, or did he foul it? No, it's a strike. Out again as Shields works out of a bases loaded jam. First and third, no one out, and the Mariners fail to score, and Gutierrez and Jackson strike out to end the inning. Birthday, a masterpiece, a one-hit shutout, a back-to-back complete game shutouts for this rookie from Newhall, California. The only hit, Jan Solarde's double, and that was in the Padres' 7th inning. Part of some terrific pitching around the majors yesterday and last night. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Shields escaping trouble in the top half of the inning. And now the Padres go to work from the top of the order. Kemp, Norris, and Alonso looking for the first base runner against Taijuan Walker. Popped up. Right side. In from right field comes Nelson Cruz. And that's 10 in a row now for Walker. Well, here's the pitching performances of last night. Chris Sale of the White Sox, 10 plus strikeouts and 8 games in a row. A major league tying record. Pedro Martinez. Dallas Keuchel, how about in 46 starts, 34 quality starts for the Astros, and Mike Montgomery joining Randy Johnson, Mark Langston, and Freddie Garcia as the only Mariners with back-to-back shutout performances.
All lefties. What a trio. We are seeing something special there. When you talk about Chris Sale, focus on him really quickly. To do that, 10 plus strikeouts. I mean, you know, these teams, Mark and Dick, they watch so much video, but still, you got to get in that box and hit the guy. 10 plus strikeouts and 8 straight starts. Come on.
Yeah, it's incredible. And Dallas Keuchel really is coming on the map. Last year won the Gold Glove Award, and no one knew him coming into this. We saw him in the series here in San Diego. Talked to the manager for the Astros, A.J. Hinch, and he raves about his work ethic and what he believes in himself. And that's what you have to do to be an ace of a staff.
Oh, that one hits Norris, and that'll be the first Padre base runner.
I feel sorry for the baseball.
It's just the ball, the bat, the foul tips, they all find Norris.
Very abbreviated delivery. A little step back, almost as Dick said earlier, like coming from the stretch position. Not a lot to worry about in your delivery. Just a leg kick, and that ball hits the elbow, the left elbow, outside elbow. The left elbow from Derek Norris.
Yeah, that's just a little bee sting. Yonder Alonso flied to center his first time. Let's see how Walker has to pitch from the so-called stretch, even though his windup is abbreviated. It's a little different now. Keep your eye on that man at first base, and the first pitch is a strike.
Well, if we take a look at it from the hitter's perspective, it gives you that timing aspect that is very difficult with that turn of a normal wind-up motion. You have timing. You have things that you can get yourself ready to hit. And to modify that, it's been giving the Padres some fits today.
Change up 0-2. But for the base runner, it looks as if Walker does give you a little extra knee lift that you can key on for your break. Norris one out at first base. Padres first base runner. And that's an up foul, a changeup.
That was a slide step changeup. Just trying to change the different timing aspects of the hitters. But for Mark, my question to you is it because he has to simplify his delivery from wind up to the stretch?
I think so. And I can only speak from experience because there are pitching coaches out there that I've had to try to eliminate your delivery.
Shot past short. Miller can't get it. Holding at second base is Norris. And the Padres have some base traffic here on the bottom of the fourth inning. That's their first hit.
You know, when a young pitcher has a lot going on in his mind and maybe struggling a little bit, as Alonso really stays on top of that one, gets the top hand on that Taijuan Walker pitch. You want to try to eliminate a little bit of movement. I think that's what Rick Waits and the Mariners are doing with Walker. Keeping it simple, just worrying about the leg kick, staying over the rubber, and then exploding towards home plate.
Cleanup hitter Justin Upton took a third strike his first time. 2 on, 1 away. Swing and a miss at the 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, Dick, Yonder Alonso 0-2 on that pitch, elevated. He got on top of the baseball. Talking about a high T drill. It's exactly what he did right there. Handling the barrel of the bat on top of the baseball, flattening it out, hitting a hard ground ball up to center field.
That's outside, 1-1. 94 on that fastball from Taijuan Walker. Good size, 6'4", 235 pounds. He pitches mature, but he's just 22 years of age. It's a little low, 2-1.
See the repertoire of Taijuan Walker, and you can rave about the ability that he has right now. But if you think about it, even adding a different pitch, adding confidence, and where is this young man going to be in a year or so, even a couple years? He could lead a staff if everything comes into fruition of what he has to do, because he has King Felix to watch and act like a #1 starter. That is a huge benefit to anybody in baseball.
You know, you have that 94, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. You throw in a cutter and then you master a changeup. My goodness.
Upton, the count in his favor, 3-1. Off the fist, a little fly ball back a short. Miller goes out and makes the catch, and the runners hold. Got into Upton's kitchen.
Oh, Upton not being able to get extended. First pitch fastball from Walker. Second pitch fastball away, just missing. A little off-speed cutter, and then trying to go up the ladder there. Everything's hard. Got in his kitchen, and that's one of the nuggets I mentioned earlier in the scouting report. He is not afraid to pitch inside.
So 2 outs, 2 on, no score, and Solarte, the hitter, grounded to short his first time. And a changeup. How about checking our Cholula flamethrower, Mark?
Well, with Taijuan Walker on the hill for the Mariners, it's coming at 95. Mark Sweeney, what's that?
That's hot sauce.
Smooth.
I don't get excited if it's somebody else's pitcher. Did you know that?
No, I picked up on that. That's only fair.
That's James Shields. I might come out of the booth.
I knew you would. I would only expect that. And we don't ask about fish tacos either when it's the other guy.
No. I mean, I know where the fish tacos are when it's the other guy.
2 strikes now on Solarte.
Do you like fish tacos?
Love fish tacos.
Fly ball to center. That'll chase Jackson back. Still easing back and makes the catch a step from the warning pad. So both teams get men in scoring position. Still no score. From Petco Park and by Jack in the Box. Try the new Double Jack today, only at Jack in the Box. So 4 innings in the book in this second game of a abbreviated 2-game series. Padres and the Mariners. No score. Mariners with a couple of hits in the 4th inning. The Padres with a hit batsman and a single by Alonso. But it's a pitcher's duel. James Shields against young Taijuan Walker. It'll be Brad Miller, Mike Zunino, and Taijuan Walker in the 5th inning for the M's. Last 4 games, Miller 7 for 16, including a home run and a single last night. Foul tip. Mention the statistic again for Shields, that in the final game of the series, which this is, in his career, he's 49 and 25. 49 and 25, including 4 and 1 this year. So hopefully that'll be the pattern this afternoon.
Well, Dick, what is a true ace? Is when you need them, the stopper. When you need a performance that makes you forget about what Mike Montgomery did last night against the Padres.
Get that split in the series and head on the road with the good feeling of a win. Up the middle and through into center field. Miller finds the hole in the middle of the diamond. Leadoff single. 3rd hit for the Mariners.
Oh, in the 4th inning, James Shields had some work to do. The hot smash. Amarista, nice play, but couldn't get him. There's a base runner. And then Robinson Cano. Now we got a situation here. 1st and 3rd. A little tapper. Now it's 2nd and 3rd. First base is open. The walk. Oh, and then the master of the changeup. James Shields reaching back, making some big league pitches to get out of that mess.
Yeah, 27 pitches on the inning, but he had to work his way out of that and did a masterful job.
Zunino, the catcher, struck out swinging the first time. Pitchers on deck. A couple of home runs in the last 6 games for the big catcher. With that, he only won 67 on the season. Double play candidate. Mariners do not do a lot of running. The leading base stealer is Austin Jackson with 7. Change-up is low.
Well, some of the things you got to worry about in these situations, you got to try to create offensively. Miller on first, possible delay steal. Took a big secondary lead that time, that pitch, but he's trying to set that up if it gets down to it. You got to take some chances when you're facing an ace.
Yeah, that's when middle infielders cannot get lazy after a pitch. Jed Jerko is on this swinging over towards the left side. After the pitch crosses the hitting area, Mark, you're talking about the delayed steal, that's when that runner will take off this way. Well, as a second baseman here, you got to hold your ground and keep an eye on that runner. Sometimes the middle infielder will get a little lazy, start kicking the dirt or whatever, and then bam, that's when you get burnt on that delayed steal.
Miller has stolen 6 on the year. So manager Lloyd McClendon, second season with the Mariners. Breaking ball. Last night, Kennedy grooved one to Zunino, and he kissed the scoreboard there on the facing of the second deck for his 9th home run of the year and an early 1-0 lead. Three games against the Padres, 3 home runs. 2-2. Nice to have you at the ballpark, kids.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Summer camp, lots of fun. Got him. Another changeup strikeout. That's a half dozen Ks in the book for Shields.
Seems like the changeup is the pitch du jour. But a big key for James Shields. See it went out of his hand. You saw that he stayed on top of it. I mean, it's off a little bit, but if he was working underneath that baseball, that's when it's not as effective. A nice pitch by James Shields.
And it's time for our fan of the game, brought to you by Fan Diego. Come on, smile, young man.
Yeah, that's a cutie
Padres
right
going to
there.
get some runs for you. One out to Walker, who lined out to right field. First time scoring the bunt. And a good bunt. And Walker looks as if he can handle the bat pretty well and run fairly well too. Sacrifice moves Miller into scoring position. 3-4 on the putout. Top of the order, Logan Morrison. Infield hit up the middle. Amarista almost made an outstanding play. Just missed throwing him out.
Hey, Dick, I've got a topic of discussion that's great amongst baseball fans, and you guys obviously. The leadoff position. Logan Morrison, you can look throughout the league. Is it really overrated to have your prototypical leadoff guy?
I think it is now, especially this day and age. You want to try to get guys as many at bats as you can. The Ricky Anderson days are over when it comes to the typical guy, because in the minor leagues, what happens, you get a lot of guys that run very well, and they ask the young man to hit the ball on the ground and leg out those infield hits. Well, you see D. Gordon is one of those examples in the game now, but you don't see too many of those guys. And the plays are being made. The athleticism in the infield and making plays at this level. You can't just ask somebody to put the ball on the ground and be successful.
Well, those are interesting points. Going back to the 80s, late 70s, 80s, a guy like a Brett Butler. But you're right, D. Gordon.
Even Billy Hamilton, they can't afford to hit him first because he doesn't make enough contact.
Well, they would love to, because it just gives you that dynamic of speed at the top of the lineup, but you can't steal first.
Ground ball left side. One big hop to Solarte across the diamond. And that'll do it for the Mariners. Top of the 5th. We're at the halfway mark. Blue Jays, do they know how to hit home runs? Jose Bautista with that one. 11-2 win for Toronto. And they hit a handful of home runs today. As we check our National University standings, the AL East. How contentious is that? 4 teams within a half game of the lead. Baltimore and Tampa Bay in a virtual tie. New York and Toronto a half game back, and the Red Sox having a miserable year, yet they're only 6.5 out.
How much fun is that?
Yeah, lumped together.
I love that.
I do too. And it's who's going to really make that move at the trading deadline that's going to benefit them. But I like Tampa Bay. Kevin Cash, rookie manager, he's done a tremendous job getting that team ready to play.
Padres here in the last of the 5th have Venable, Jerko, and Amarista scheduled against young Taijuan Walker. Walker has struck out 4, no walks. He's hit a batter. And Venable goes down swinging, change up for the strike. That's 5 punch outs for Walker.
Well, I don't know if you noticed anything, Mark, but on that last pitch, it looked like Walker really slowed up his delivery a little bit. And that's all it takes, just a little bit, and the arm action as well just wasn't the same as his fastball.
Yeah, some of those keys that you see from a hitter's perspective and trying to pick up that release point, you'll see that slowing of the arm, and you'll take that a lot of times.
Still got to hit it though, right? It's tough to hit.
Well, you have to hit the mistake. The hardest thing is when you commit yourself to so many secondary pitches, which I think the Padre hitters have fall into at times. You can see the take of the fastball on the outside part. Jed Jerko, to me, has to hit that ball, has to hit that line drive approach, even to center field if it's not to right center.
Here comes a slider, a cutter.
2-1 to Jerko, who fouled out to first. His only at bat today. Padres hoping he can find the magic in that bat from 2 years ago when, as a rookie, he had 249 with 23 home runs and 63 runs batted in and earned a long-term contract. But last year, disappointing. 210, only 10 home runs. And this year, he's hitting 205 at the moment.
Well, Dick, you see with Jed Jerko, there's certain teams that pitch everyone differently. They have a certain game plan against you, and they'll change and modify it. But for Jed Jerko, it's the outside part of the plate fastball slider combination.
High fly ball right center, a long run for Jackson. He's calling and makes the play. 2 away.
Well, Taijuan Walker, in our scouting report, we mentioned that he likes the fastball, and the average is about 94. So this afternoon, what is he doing? He's locating that fastball. And even if he misses, he has the luxury of missing, and these hitters swinging through it at times. But I think basically looking at it this afternoon, he is saying, here's my fastball. See how far you can hit it. And until you can, you're just going to keep pumping it in there.
Amarista struck out swinging on a fastball the first time.
He has mixed in a few more breaky balls as this game has gone on the second time around.
Now the Padres hit and run hungry at the moment. They've gone 16 2/3 innings without scoring a run. Back to Sunday's final 2 innings. And only 3 hits in that period of time. 1 hit last night in the 5-0 whitewash by Mike Montgomery. 1 hit today through 4 2/3. A soft fly ball to left field, routine for Gutierrez. Another 1-2-3 inning. Taijuan Walker, 5 innings complete, no score at Petco.
Reminder, Saturday, the Rays head to the Bronx to take on the Yankees in a game you can only see on Fox Sports 1. That's beginning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Then at 4 p.m. Pacific, it's Baseball Night in America as the Mets square off against the Dodgers on your local Fox station. It's a great week for baseball on your home for baseball every Saturday, Fox and Fox Sports 1.
Well, and don't forget us at 10:30 in the morning for our pregame show Saturday from St. Louis. Espana will go against the Cardinals. 4 games starting tomorrow night. Ross Thursday. Friday it'll be Cashner, Espana, and Saturday, and Kennedy Sunday against the Redbirds.
Should be pretty cold in St. Louis.
Yeah,
huh?
I packed my long undies.
It gets cold in that studio over there, though. Man.
Yeah, I'll bet. Even the drinks are cold in that studio. I know.
Oh, those lemonades are good.
Robinson Cano leads off the 6th. No runs, 3 hits for the Mariners. No runs, 1 hit for the Padres. And if you go back to the Sunday game, the Padres losing to Arizona 6-4 in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. They were shut out without a base hit. 1 hit last night, so 9 and 3, 12. 5 innings today, 17 innings, no runs, 2 hits. Something's got to break loose here, just like the weather. You never know. Suddenly a shower might strike. We even had a little lightning and thunder yesterday.
Well, if you think about it, Dick, the Upton at bat Saturday night, that right center approach, a right field approach for the 2-run home run, that's the moment that you need for the Padre hitters. Just getting those moments and changing the philosophy of, because individually they're all trying to worry about their individual expert offensively because it's been a struggle. You need somebody to take the pressure off.
2 strikes, Cano with the shift on. Third baseman Solarte midway between second and third. They stack it up on the right side. Amarista, Jerko, and Alonso. Boy, center fielder Venable playing shockingly shallow for Cano.
Yeah, that's Andrew Jones like.
And a deep drive to left center field off the bat of Cano, and no one's going to get that one except a fan in the left field bleachers. Cano has hit his 5th home run of the year to break this scoreless tie. His 25th RBI. The home run assault against Padre pitching continues.
Now the 5th home run against James Shields in his career. Spending a lot of time in the American League, so that he has a feeling of what James Shields trying to do, that elevated pitch, and he gets good backspin on this baseball. You just got to credit Robinson Cano and his ability to go the other way, especially here at Petco Park.
Yeah, that fastball is a 1-2 fastball, just not up enough. Remember Ian Kennedy, first 2 at-bats last night, and I mean high fastballs, up around the chin or even higher.
So the Mariners take the 1-0 lead here in the 6th inning. Here's Nelson Cruz on his 35th birthday, is lined to left and tapped to the mound. That's the 17th home run given up by Shields this year. He and Kennedy tied for 3rd in the National League, most home runs allowed. Shift on for Cruz, with only Alonso left on the first base side. They measured the home run at 387 feet. Well, Cano's bat has been quiet in the first half of this season, but he gives the Mariners a single and a home run today.
See if he goes back to that cutter again.
Almost stepped into the breaking ball.
Well, just couldn't get that curveball down. That's a curveball out of the hand of James Shields. Didn't miss by much. I mean, Derek Norris did his best to try to frame that ball.
Ripped foul into Souvenir corner. Let that one hit an empty seat and then scramble for it. Don't go after that one.
Yeah, it looked like Nelson Cruz was sitting on that pitch.
Back-to-back curveballs. The first one was a hanger that he took, and then that one made a better adjustment, got it down a little more.
Change up. Full count to Cruz. No one out here in the 6th. The home run by Cano, denting the scoreboard, and it's 1-0. Right into the shift as Jerko, playing over near second base, throws out Cruz for the first out here in the 6th inning. And today's game presented in HD by Sony 4K. Cruz does run well for a big guy.
Oh, he does. Very athletic.
Kyle Seager has popped up and walked. Well, the home run ball, you go back to Sunday with the Arizona Diamondbacks, all 6 runs accounted on 3 home runs. And then in last night's 5-0 win, 4 of the 5 runs, well, 3 of the 5 on home runs, and now the home run today.
We just saw Robinson Cano, and against James Shields in 90 career at bats, 411 average, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. What that means to me is just a comfort level. When you talk about 90 at bats, you know what a pitcher is going to do. You've seen it out of the hands so many times, and it's almost like you have that edge when you have those type of numbers offensively.
Shields taking a little thought walk for himself around the mound, now back up on top.
And when you're going through struggles offensively like Robinson Cano is this year, that's what you want. You want a guy that you feel very comfortable with having a lot of at bats.
Shields very deliberate here in this sequence, so Seager backs out. Jerko has moved out into shallow right field in the shift. And Seager showing that with only Solarte over there playing in the shortstop spot, that maybe he'll bunt his way on. At least planting that thought. Third round pick of the Mariners 6 years ago out of the University of North Carolina, Kyle Seager. Mariners leave San Diego, go up to the Bay Area, and have a series over the weekend against the Oakland A's. They started in Los Angeles, won 1 of the 3 games against the Angels. So Los Angeles, San Diego, Oakland circuit for the men from the Northwest. That's not a bad trip.
How odd is that, and how logical is that for the schedule makers? Huh. Now, why would they ever do that?
To make it easy for a team? Yeah, they should throw in a trip to, say, Atlanta in between.
Yeah.
Seager grounds out to second into the shift, 2 away.
James Shields hitting his spots, therefore the grounder for Jed Jerko.
Gutierrez has lined to the pitcher and struck out.
Pitch up and away, it looked like, tried to hook it, and that's what the spray charts say. And when the ball is pitched there and struck by Kyle Seager, that's where he hits it.
Shift now goes the other way with 3 stacked on the left side for Gutierrez.
Is it getting old, guys? Is this something that baseball is going to address, the shift? Because it's been brought up. So make it legal or illegal? What do you guys think?
Well, that's suffocating the offenses, that's for sure. And if baseball wants more runs scored, then they're going to have to do something. Obviously they could have the 2 men on each side of the keystone. You could line up a man a foot away from second base, but the second baseman has to stay on that side, and the shortstop has to stay on his side.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen too if something does happen with this, but it's an advantage defensively, and you're seeing across baseball. It is a major worry for Major League Baseball to see the offense go down this much.
That's a strike to Gutierrez, and it's 2-1.
I look at it from offensively. You got to make an adjustment, and
Ground ball to the third baseman, Solarte. The long pitch across in time. So after the home run by Cano, 3 ground ball outs. But Cano going the opposite way. His 5th home run of the year. And the Mariners lead 1-0. Bottom of the 8th inning, pinch hitter Seth Smith homers off Brian Wilson, and the Padres beat the Dodgers 3-1. Home opener 2014. Seth Smith as a Padre, of course, now wears the uniform of the Seattle Mariners. Cano has to feel more satisfied as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and James Shields with a hat. He struck out this first time. Cano's home run making it a 1-0 game. Padres 1 hit in 9 innings last night off the lefty Mike Montgomery. 1 hit off right-hander Taijuan Walker through 5 innings today. And Walker now with the cushion of a run to lean on. Good swing by Shields. 1-2.
I see James Shields taking a hack. That high fastball, let it eat. Takes a lot of pride in his offense.
Oh, he thinks he can win a batting title. No, and I appreciate that. I respect that.
I do too.
You should have that type of mentality, right?
Yeah, he swings through that pitch, and that's 6 strikeouts for Walker. Well, the Cardinals of Mike Matheny lead the NL Central with a glowing record, 51-25, best in Major League Baseball, but even better, their record at home, where this year they're 29-8. That's what the Padres are going to run into.
Dick, you think about the ERA, and the starters ERA, 2.87. That's without Adam Wainwright for many starts. Mike Matheny is picking up where Tony La Russa, the Hall of Fame manager, left off. Done a tremendous job managing that club.
Yeah, that wasn't easy. Those were not easy shoes to fill. We all know that.
Well, you say in general, when you start a season, win at home and try to break even on the road. If the Padres could split that 4-game series, that'd be a victory for them, the way the Cardinals are playing along the Mississippi. Matt Kemp has struck out and flied to right.
Number 1 bullpen for the Cardinals. 2.01 ERA for the Redbird bullpen.
Fouled high in the air off first base side and back behind the Padre dugout.
Well, I think what a lot of people in baseball marvel about the St. Louis Cardinals is it's who's next. Draft and developing. They mix and match and put pieces in there, and they have some primetime players. But Matt Holliday is out. Big City at first base. Matt Adams is out.
Another strikeout and another out for Walker. That's his 7th.
Well, we know the fastball comes out hot of the hand of Taijuan Walker. What is this here? Looks like a changeup. As I mentioned earlier, boy, if he can master that pitch, look out.
If you're just joining us, this young 22-year-old from Yucaipa has allowed only one hit. He's hit a batter, hasn't walked a man, and he has struck out 7. And apparently something wrong here as the trainer's been called to the mound. Let's hope this isn't something serious with Walker. Well, everyone seems satisfied that all is well. But you see a live arm in a young man and you have that kind of meeting. Ooh, right away you worry that something's going wrong. But
well, anytime they bring the trainer out, that's always a worry, especially across baseball. And for the prized right arm of Taijuan Walker, that's always a worry.
Derek Norris has grounded out, and he was hit by a pitch the last time. And he hits it high in the air, left field. Gutierrez settling under it. And for the Padres, that's now 8 in a row retired by Walker. Fields pitching out of a bases loaded 1-out jam with strikeouts of Gutierrez and Jackson. But in the 6th inning, leadoff hitter Cano went out after a fastball away and nailed it into the left field bleachers. His 5th home run of the year for the only run of the ball game. Meanwhile, the Padres have had only 2 base runners off Taijuan Walker. Norris with a hit batsman and Yonder Alonso a single. Came back to back in the 4th inning.
Well, the way the lack of offense for the Padres this afternoon, just one mistake out of the hand of James Shields, and that's where we stand in a 93 pitch effort so far for James.
Yeah, 3 innings to go, and hoping that the offense will come to the rescue. Shields soldiers on. Jackson, Miller, and Zunino. Jackson has struck out both times. 6 strikeouts for Shields, 7 for Walker. With the 6 strikeouts, 122 on the season for James Shields. He started today 3rd in the National League. What hasn't happened is the support of Shields. He, on the season, has had the most runs scored behind his pitching of anyone in the National League except Michael Wacha of the Cardinals. 6.27 runs per game for Shields, but nothing today. Get a hit, you bet.
Well, James really working underneath that one and overthrowing that last pitch. It seemed like early in the season, these Padre pitchers, when they were getting some support, if you gave up a home run or a run, it really wasn't a big deal. You had some wiggle room to work with, but not the case lately.
Ground ball swept to short. A couple of hops to Amarista for the first down. 4 straight ground ball outs for Shields.
Hey, Padre fans, come by Petco Park today after the game. Post-game concert, Lil Jon will be performing at the Park at the Park about 10 minutes after the last out. The game tickets are available until the 7th inning, which is right now. $10 event passes will be available right here at Petco box office after the 7th inning. So get your tickets. Come out to Petco Park. Enjoy Lil Jon.
And some of the fans out there in the Park at the Park have staked their spot. They've got their blankets out in the grass. Baseball and post-game concert. Brad Miller, a single his last time, 1 of 4 hits off Shields. Struck out the other at bat.
I'll tell you what, James Shields is all out. Max effort. Pedal to the metal type pitcher. That last pitch there. Leaving it all out on the field.
Late umpire Mike Everett calling out ball 2. 100 pitches on the afternoon for Shields. Both bullpens are quiet. Fouled at the plate. The news is that catcher Tim Fedorovich is going to accompany the team on the road trip. And they hope that he'll work out with the club and then go on a minor league assignment after the 10 games for the All-Star break coming up after the return from Texas a week from Sunday. 2 balls and a strike. Brad Miller. Another foul.
This kid, Brad Miller, seems to be a little bit of a pest, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I like him as a player. You know, nothing really flashy. He's old school, no batting gloves. He's wearing the high pants with the traditional stirrups. And you know what? Padre fans and Mariner fans can coexist. Have a good time, have a social sparkler, just talk some ball and have some fun and root for your guys.
Low and away, 3-2.
And he's got some pop, too.
He really drove that ball last night.
He sure does. And pull power, and we saw him in Seattle go the opposite way. Good looking swing, good shortstop.
That was 406 feet. 3-2. And another foul.
He's being a little pest right here against James Shields. Following off some good pitches.
There's the Padre giveaway fedora. Looking pretty sporty there, young lad.
Yes, sir. It's a classy look.
And he walked him. That for Shields is only his 2nd free ticket today. That was one of your keys to not walk anyone, huh?
Absolutely.
Zunino up twice, struck out twice.
And with that said, looks like Frank Garces is up in the Padre bullpen. James now over 100 pitches with 105 to be exact. There's Frankie.
You know, the various uniforms, and of course, bringing out the way back Wednesdays, these uniforms from the 1985 to 1990 era for the Padres. I know everyone has different tastes, and I know you love the old brown and orange, but I like this uniform. I'm not real fond of the original, but I do like this compromise with the pinstripe, still having the old colors,
yeah,
but not dominating the old. How would you describe the ones you like so much?
I like these.
You like these, yeah, but you always say you like the others more.
I like when they incorporate a little bit of the yellow with the orange. And there was a 1984 BP top that had the brown, the orange, and the yellow. But no,
this is not this uniform.
Yeah, that's more like early 80s, late 70s.
Hunter goes and no play as Derek Norris unable to get a good grip on the ball. And Miller has a stolen base, his 7th.
Well, it was a ball in the dirt, too, and Miller picking a good time to go.
30,251. Both games of this short 2-game series attracting 30,000 fans. Padres Padre fans hoping to have something to cheer before they leave today. They're trailing 1-0. And Zunino. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. He's been punched out all 3 at bats.
Well, James Shields is definitely leaving it all out on the field. Max effort every single pitch. There is a changeup for another strikeout.
Dustin Ackley has a bat. Apparently that's going to be it for Taijuan Walker, and we wonder if there was something bothering Walker after that meeting with the trainer briefly in the last inning. Walker goes 6 innings of shutout ball and only 1 hit. Didn't walk a man and hit 1. Struck out 7. Boy, what back-to-back performances by these 2 rookies, Montgomery and Walker.
Derek Norris going out to talk to James Shields. A little scouting report on Dustin Ackley. They go over all the hitters, their pitcher catcher meetings.
Well, the Padres won't shed a tear over Walker leaving the game. He was manhandling the Padre lineup. 2 outs. A walk and a steal by Miller. He's in scoring position for Ackley, who is batting just 199 as a pinch hitter. 1 for 6.
You know what? I hate to say it, but James Shields, he is throwing the heck out of the ball. He is having one heck of an afternoon. Only 4 hits, but that's that one bad pitch to Robinson Cano.
But it wasn't grooved. That ball was high and away.
Yeah.
You know, Cano had to go out and get it.
He did.
Two outs. Miller at second. 111th pitch coming up from the right-hander Shields. 2-0. After Ackley, it would be Logan Morrison, the leadoff man. Mark Lowe and Vidal Nuno getting ready in the Seattle bullpen. We'll see who Lloyd McClendon will select. 3-0. Lowe, the right-hander, is the usual 7th inning pitcher. Let's see. Alonso's the leadoff hitter, so he might use Nuno, the lefty, in the bottom of the 7th.
It'll probably be for 1 hitter or 3 hitters because Solarte hits the lefty. Bad numbers on the right side. So maybe McClendon will want the lefty to face Solarte when we get to that point.
So a couple of walks in the inning, first and second with 2 outs. And Morrison, the leadoff hitter, infield base hit in 3 at bats. Shields is not the personality to go out and take now and come out of the game. He wants to finish the 7th inning. .114th pitch. That's 1 away from his high number on the season. He worked 115 also against Seattle. And here comes the 115. Oh, he's struggling with his control.
Yeah.
A walk to Miller and a walk to Ackley, and falls behind Morrison 2-0. He had walked only 1 man prior to this inning. Outside. says Everett. 3-0.
That was a ball. It looked like a cutter. Well, if he walks him here, you got to go get him. Pitch count is getting up there, as you mentioned, Dick. The most he's thrown this year. You got the lefty hot.
And look who's on deck. Robinson Cano. His home run is the only score in the game.
Yeah,
and a 4-pitch walk, and he's loaded the bases all on walks. Miller, pinch hitter Ackley, and now Morrison. Didn't come close to throwing a strike in that 4-pitch sequence, and here comes manager Murphy, and that's going to be it for James Shields. So Shields cannot win it. He could lose it. It goes to the bullpen. He gave his manager 6 2/3, but leaves trailing 1-0, and the bases loaded. A hand for Shields as he comes off. Six 2/3 innings, allowing just 4 hits, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Solid performance, but unlike the starts earlier in the year, no run support for Shields.
Yeah, he had it working today. He was really max effort and leaving it all out there. The changeup was a big pitch, a lot of swings and misses. And he battled, and now it's up to the bullpen to pick up James Shields and leave those runners stranded with 2 outs.
Walked the bases loaded, an indication that he's just running out of fuel after a rigorous outing. Shields. Now Garces facing Cano, who homered for the only run in the game. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Whoa. Over the top of the helmet on that curveball that did not break.
Well, this is where relievers come in and take pride to try to pick up the starting pitcher and leave those guys out there. Pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford.
Miller at third, Ackley at second, Morrison at first. That's a strike at 91.
It's that first pitch curveball. Just missed him.
That would have been disastrous to come in and hit the first hitter you face with the first pitch and cost you a run. 1-1. Oh, good stop. Norris. Oh, that was a tough one. Way off the plate, bouncing in.
This was the difference in the game. Mariners 1-0. A high fastball up and away to Robinson Cano. Frank Garces trying to keep it at 1-0.
9 slams for Cano in his brilliant career. The action pitch with the bases loaded, 2-1. Sharply hit through the hole on the left side. He beat the shift. 1 run scores. Here comes Venable Show to the plate, and it's a good one. He throws him out. Ackley. Venable with a strike to home plate. Miller scores, but Ackley thrown out on a perfect throw from Venable in center field. It's 2-0 Mariners. And an RBI single could have been worse, but Will Venable, a solid defensive play as Cano goes through the left side. He homered to left. He knocks that one through the open left side with a shift on. Venable charging the ball, and with 2 outs, not usually do you throw out a runner from second base, but a perfect strike and a very close play, but not challenged by Lloyd McClendon.
Yeah, Will did everything right on that. His momentum was coming towards his target, and credit Derek Norris, giving the runner a lane, catching the ball, and then applying the tag. It was a big out at the plate.
So 2-0 Mariners as Vidal Nuno comes in to pitch. Grew up here in San Diego, went to Sweetwater High School. Cleveland Indians signed him as a 48th round pick out of Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas, as he left San Diego to go back to the Midwest.
4-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, changeup, curveball. Not overpowering, 88-91 for the left-hander.
Alonso grounds that foul, so the Padres trailing 2-0 here in the 7th. Have Alonso, Upton, and Solarte scheduled. Only one hit. That was Alonso's single to center field back in the 4th inning, as Taijuan Walker went 6 innings of shutout ball, just the one hit. Didn't walk a man, hit one, and struck out 7. Roller to the right side, easy play for Cano. So the Padres have gone the equivalent of 2 full games, 18 innings, without scoring a run and only 2 hits. Upton is struck out and popped to short. Manager McClendon going to the mound. Apparently Nuno there to get the left-handed batter Alonso out, and now he's going to go to Mark Lowe, and that's the case. Lowe beckoned from the bullpen. We have a break in the action. 2-0 Mariners. last night 5-0, lead 2-0 this afternoon. One out in the 7th inning, and Justin Upton, the hitter, as Mark Lowe in from the bullpen for the Mariners.
23rd game for Mark Lowe, and really good numbers. Look at the ERA, .82. It's a pretty decent sample size as well. 22 innings, strikeout pitcher, 26 strikeouts, and basically just a 2-pitch pitcher, slider, fastball. Fastball about mid-90s. So yeah, it's a good day for a ball game and a great day for cotton candy. And remember to hydrate. Drink plenty of water.
Padres trying to muster something here against Seattle pitching. The Mariners now shutting out the Padres on 1 hit last night and 1 hit again today. Upton takes a strike. Lowe came to spring training as a non-roster invitee. Turned 32 last month.
Well, Justin Upton and the fans not too happy with this last pitch. Boy, look at the movement on that 2-seamer. And according to our Fox Tracks, brought to you by Nissan, just caught the bottom line and over the plate.
Foul back by Upton. Lowe has type 1 diabetes and has gone through everything: trainer, doctor, nutritionist, endocrinologist, but he credits more than any of those specialists his former bullpen mate, the Padres' Brandon Morrow. Morrow also with type 1 diabetes, and so back in their early days in the Seattle bullpen 7-8 years ago, they were able to commiserate over a common malady, and not an easy thing for an athlete to carry, but doing it magnificently.
And to have a teammate along the same lines, that's huge.
Outside, 2-2.
Going through the same experiences. So Kevin Quackenbush is warming up in the Padre bullpen.
Mark Lowe did his college pitching at the University of Texas in Arlington, near the Texas Rangers ballpark. He got Upton to chase, and there's 2 away.
That is a tight slider. See the rotation, and then nice depth. It looked like Justin Upton was looking for something else with that swing.
Solarte is grounded to short and flying to center field. Lowe broke in with the Seattle Mariners, rookie in 2006. Spent 5 years in Seattle, then on to Texas for 3, the Angels for a year, and then last year briefly with the Cleveland Indians. Slap foul down into Souvenir corner. Off third, that's going to make it into the crowd. So here at age 32, Lowe has been bouncing around looking for major league work. It's just been terrifically solid for the Mariners. 22 innings, only 19 hits, 2 earned runs, no home runs. Batters hitting .235 against him. Fountain of youth. Fly ball hit well to right field. That chases back to right fielder Gutierrez, or Cruz rather. Plays the wall nicely, and his throw gets cut off. A double for Solarte. That awakens the crowd here at Petco Park. Finally a Padre in scoring position.
Well, Solarte breaks up the no-hitter last night with a double, and tonight, this afternoon, the second hit for the Padres, a double.
That line drive hit on a clothesline over the head of Nelson Cruz.
Well, I didn't think that ball was going to go the way it did, but he hit that ball extremely well.
So Will Venable with a chance to get the Padres on the board. He's grounded out and struck out. 2-out double for Solarte. Foul back.
Well, only the second time this afternoon that the Padres have had a runner in scoring position. First time and the last time was in the fourth inning when Derek Norris was left on second base.
Only the second hit this afternoon. The other by Alonso. And another foul at the plate. So 2 strikes quickly on Venable. Quackenbush and Benoit. Bottom of the 7th inning, a 2-out double by Solarte. Mariners leading at 2-0. Going into this game, the Padres had to look at the fact that the Mariners kind of blinking their eyes when Old Saul is out, because in the last 11-day games, the Mariners have lost 10 of the 11. Maybe that'll bode well in these final innings for San Diego. 1-2 to Venable.
See Lowe trying to keep everything away to Will Venable. Give him left field. Doesn't want to throw anything, especially that slider. Something middle in, something that he could turn on and do some damage with. Breaking ball.
A little check swing. Foul ball. Oh, almost a check swing double.
A little delayed call also by Tim Welke, it looked like. Yeah, that's foul.
Clearly foul,
Yeah.
but that would have been a most unusual base hit for Venable. Couple feet foul. So back 2-2. Good cut at that one. 96-mile-an-hour fastball up around the shoulders. In case you're just joining us, pitcher's duel with the veteran James Shields going against the young 22-year-old Taijuan Walker. Cano with a home run to lead off the 6th inning for the first run of the game. And Cano a bases loaded single to make it 2-0 in the 7th. The Padres have had few chances. Here's one of them. A 2-out double by Solarte, and Venable battling 2-2. Walker, another outstanding job by this young man. Won 4 in a row coming into the game, and leaves with the lead 2-0.
Pitching coach, former left-hander, well, he's still a left-hander, Rick Waits. Pitched for the Indians, long time. Maybe saw something in maybe the delivery, or wants to go over with Zunino. Hey, you know, you've been pitching him away here. Do you feel comfortable maybe doing this? Hey, Charlie Furbush is up in the Mariner bullpen.
Scoreboard urging the fans to make some noise. Hopefully that would carry right to the bat of Will Venable with the count 2-2. Make some noise.
Everything's away.
That one top of the strike zone, flipped back.
And did you see where Zunino was set up? He was buried on the inside part of the plate with that target right at the belt buckle of Will Venable, and that one leaked high. Look where he's set up. He wants that one up and in a little bit, and that one leaks over the heart of the plate, but up, and Will works underneath it.
Fly ball center field. Jackson with a catch, and the Padres are gone in the 7th inning. To the 8th, 2-0 Mariners.
Well, here who got a chance to come to the ball game today, Mark, because they did so well in 4th grade last school year. School rewarded them with an outing at the ballpark today. So, guys, great job. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. Hopefully these kids will have something to cheer about. Right now, it's been all Mariners and all Robinson Cano.
Yeah, Robinson Cano, good numbers, good career numbers against James Shields, and he starts working his at-bat and then looks for that high fastball. 4.11 average against James Shields. He takes the high fastball out to left field. Very good at bat by Robinson Cano.
Also had himself an RBI single, so it's a 2-0 ball game. The Mariners lead this thing in the top of the 8th. We'll see you guys after the final out.
All right, Mike and Mark. Yeah, Robinson Cano has 3 hits. The Padres have 2. As Quackenbush comes in for the 8th inning. Cruz, Seager, and Gutierrez scheduled for the Mariners. Melvin Upton enters the game in center field for the Padres, and the double switch, so you can insert Upton into the 9th spot in the batting order. He'll hit 3rd in the bottom half of this 8th inning. Cruz at times looks as if he just locks in the bottom from the waist down and just swings with the shoulders and the arms, and he's still strong enough to punish.
Not a lot of movement.
Just drives the ball over second baseman Jerko's head. Solid single to greet Quackenbush. And a birthday hit for Nelson Cruz on his 35th.
A quiet swing, not a lot of movement, just throwing the hands and hitting that ball exactly where it was pitched. And that's why he's had the success. Taking the ball the opposite way.
Kyle Seager has popped up, grounded out, and walked. James Shields, his final line, 6 2/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Walker, 6 innings, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, hit batsman, and 7 strikeouts for the young right-hander Walker. Padres currently 5 games under 500. That's been their low point for the season. So they need to rally to keep from dropping 6 games below that even mark. And they need to hold the Mariners and hope something can happen in the 8th and 9th. Two runs, 6 hits for the visitors. No runs, 2 hits for San Diego.
Well, last time out for Kevin was against the Diamondbacks on Sunday, inning and a third. Keeping a close eye. You never know. As Fernando Rodney warms up in the Mariner bullpen.
Rodney is the closer for the Mariners with 15 saves. Joe Beimel has 1 save, and Carson Smith 5. Smith took over the closing role last month and converted 5 of 5 for the Mariners. Foul back.
Almost looked like a quick set from Kevin Quackenbush. Remember, you have to come to a complete stop, but he came to a stop and then quickly goes to the plate.
Those young boys going to have a lot to talk about tonight.
Look at the salad on that guy. Tanner.
Line drive, fair ball, not hit well, but well directed. Cruz on his way to third, and into second base goes Seager with a double. And the Mariners threaten to add to their 2-0 lead.
Well, Kyle Seager also a tough out as we take a look. This is a curveball, and once again, a hanger. You're not going to get away with those too often. You wanted that one down. And especially with the right-handed pitcher coming in softly to the left-handed hitter, right into the swing path of Kyle Seager.
7th hit for the Mariners today. So second and third, no one out. The infield, they'll afford another Mariner run, so they have to bring the 4 infielders in tight to try to cut off a run at the plate as Gutierrez swings and misses. He is lined to the pitcher, struck out, and grounded to third base.
Infielders getting dirty. Dive into your left, to your right.
Two strikes as Quackenbush jumps in front of Gutierrez. Austin Jackson on deck. Cruz in heavy conversation with third baseman Solarte. Mouth moving, arms waving.
Nice. There you. Oh, error. E-Fan.
He's going to give it back. Strike, 3 called. Quackenbush gets Gutierrez looking at that breaking ball. That's a big strikeout.
Hey, he may have gotten a call there. We'll have to take a look. But a high breaking ball. What does Derek Norris do with it? Bring it down just a little bit. Mike Everett brings him up.
Austin Jackson struck out twice and grounded to short.
And according to Fox Tracks, Nissan, upper part of the strike zone for a strike.
Fastball at 90. Jumps ahead with that first pitch strike. Solarte, Amariste on the left side. Jerko, Alonso on the right side. Trying to cut off Cruz should he try to score. And 2 strikes now on Jackson. Lots of souvenirs sprayed into the crowd today.
Yeah.
30,251. Many of them going home with a baseball souvenir. Come on, show a little more excitement there. Dodgers play at Arizona tonight. San Francisco is in Miami for a night game.
Well, Kevin Quackenbush, he's got to make an adjustment. A lot of the pitches have been up in the zone this at bat. He needs to work down, let that infield work for him.
Colorado's at Oakland, and they're in the 7th inning. Oakland leading the Rockies 3-1. Dodgers start today's play a game and a half in front of the Giants. 6 in front of Arizona. The Padres 7 back. Colorado 9 out. Fly ball to right. That'll get the run home. Kemp with a catch. Tagging is Cruz. And he jogs in. It's 3-0. Jackson's 15th RBI of the year. Over to third goes Seager on the catch by Kemp as you look at the NL West standings. As we approach the All-Star break, everyone's got a chance, but the Dodgers, everyone feeling they have the best 25-man roster, but the Giants are starting to get some key players back, including Hunter Pence, Nora Aoki, and the 2 pitchers.
Well, this road trip coming up is going to be an interesting test for these Padres. Traveling to the Midwest, East.
It's not an enviable trip at all against 3 winning teams. St. Louis, Pittsburgh's 10 games above 500. Texas 2 games above 500. High fly ball deep in right center field. Melvin Upton galloping over to make the play. And the inning comes to an end, but a big insurance run for the Mariners, and we go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-0. back with you tomorrow night. 4 o'clock is our TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego. The first of a 4-game 4th of July weekend series. The Padres at St. Louis against the Cardinals. It'll be Tyson Ross for San Diego. The Cardinals have not named any of their starters for the 4-game series. Enter Fernando Rodney on our 11th annual Dogs of Summer afternoon. The veteran Rodney making his 33rd game appearance.
Well, as Dick mentioned a little bit ago, Rodney was removed from the closer's role. That was back on the 10th of July, or June. Check that. June 10th. Had a little bit of difficulty. So trying to get it right as you see the numbers, the high ERA, or the walks up there too, 15. And not as the strikeouts just aren't there as well for Fernando Rodney. He's got a live arm.
Son of a Dominican Republic fisherman. His father died 13 years ago, and as tribute to his dad, Rodney's always worn that cap askew. So bottom of the 8th inning, Padres have been very productive in this inning, 47 runs. That's more than any National League team has scored in the 8th. And one of the reasons why they have a high count of comeback wins. That's what they're going to have to do tonight from 3-0 down. Jed Jerko looking for his first hit since coming back from El Paso.
Well, Rodney's a 3-pitch pitcher. We've seen it before. Fastball, changeup, slider, live arm, mid-90s on the fastball. Always working from the stretch. Changeup is his secondary pitch.
1-2 to Jerko. He's fouled out and flied out today. Mentioned that Rodney's dad a fisherman, and he loves to fish as well, and sometimes he wears a necklace with some of the teeth of his catches. I don't know if that means he's going barracuda or shark or up the middle and through, a base hit for Jerko. And the Padres for the first time in the game have the leadoff hitter on. Third hit of the afternoon.
Well, Jed Jerko turning this fastball around right up the box. Hockey suit. Good swing. Getting extended. Right up the sweet spot.
Brings up Alexi Amarista. Amarista struck out and flying to left. Rodney relinquishing that closing role because of an ERA that has elevated to 5.52 starting today. 31 innings, 33 hits, and 4 home runs given up by the veteran righty. 38 years of age. There's a changeup.
Boy, very nonchalant out there on the hill, Fernando Rodney. As Melvin Upton Jr. waits on deck. You know, when Rodney goes into a stretch, he just basically, he doesn't even stride, he doesn't do it, he just brings his hands together and sets. That's his stretch position. Watch, he's set, watch his feet, and then just brings his hands together. Time is called. Not a lot of movement.
He's almost casual to the extreme. Still can throw it hard, 95 miles an hour. Two balls and a strike. Padres down 3-0 here in the bottom of the 8th, but they have the leadoff man Jerko aboard with a single. Hopper to second. There goes one. Back to first. A double play. 4-6-3. The Mariners turn 2. And the Padres' potential rally suffocates on the double play.
Rodney bearing a two-seamer, and you can see that Alexi cannot get extended. Perfectly executed by the ends.
Melvin Upton, his first at bat today. So 2 outs, bases clean. 5 hits and 34 at bats for the senior Upton. Padres trying to avoid being shut out again. Just incredible. They shut out 12 times. Last year they led the majors 19 shutouts, and they're way in front again this year with 12.
It's unbelievable. It's a conundrum. I'm flummoxed.
When you got a flummoxed conundrum, you've got some problems. I'm not sure I want to fly with you.
I just can't figure it out. Everybody's frustrated.
Three and 0. Upton trying to get aboard any way he can. Get to the top of the order. Matt Kemp next. Second baseman Cano almost behind second base. 3 and 1. Strike 2. So 3 and 2 now to Melvin Upton. Longtime adversaries in the American League. And that's ball 4. Oh my, that double play hurts, doesn't it? Otherwise the Padres would have 2 on and the tying run coming to the plate.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Matt Kemp strides to the plate. He has struck out twice and flied to right this afternoon. If Kemp can reach safely, Derek Norris would represent the tying run. There goes Upton, the throw to second. Not in time, and Upton saw the opening and felt, even though there's some risk with 2 outs, that he'd take the extra base and get in scoring position.
Good jump by Melvin, and now the Mariners can't go the short way to get out of this inning, and that, you know, a ground ball up the middle, the shortstop or second baseman can take it himself.
4th steal for Upton. But 2-hopper to Miller, and he fires across for the out, and so much for the 8th inning. Padres continue to search for a run. It's 3-0 Seattle. Baseball, brought to you by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. And it looks like a lot of our canines here today have been well fed by the Petco products. It does matter. We're going home, honey.
Oh, how sweet.
Ninth inning. Quackenbush stays to work a second frame. It'll be Zunino, the pitcher spot, and Logan Morrison. Zunino has struck out all 3 at bats.
Boy, that third run that the Mariners scored in the 8th is so huge for them.
And then that double play, Amarista, that took the life out of the 8th inning. Seth Smith, the former Padre, is in the on-deck circle. Hit in the pitcher's spot. Two and one. The other Smith, Carson, will come in to work the bottom of the 9th inning for the Mariners. Herky jerky right-hander. 3-1. Three runs, 7 hits for Seattle. They've left 7. The Padres, no runs, 3 hits, have stranded 4. And he walks the leadoff man. Not recommended for good pitching health. That brings up Seth Smith. 1 for 5 as a pinch hitter. Batting .256 overall on the season, with a half dozen home runs. Fastball misses. Again, the Padres in a 1-for-1 swap dealt Smith to Seattle for Brandon Maurer. And a good trade for both sides at this point.
Yeah, with the way that Maurer's throwing the ball. You bet. Well, we've seen Seth Smith so many times, and with that said, the infield playing him to pull.
And we saw the shift, even though it's become the defense du jour this year. All last year, Smith faced the 3 men on the right side. He is a dead pull hitter.
No, even Mark Sweeney, when he was up here in the booth with us, and I posed the question about the shift, he said, "Don't be afraid to make an adjustment. Guys got to make an adjustment. They're so stubborn, though."
And a ground ball into the shift. And Marista throws it away. No time for Solardi to get to second base, so Upton has to come in from left field to pick up the ball, and Smith winds up at second. And Zunino to third. Well, that's the problem with the shift. You've got the third baseman playing halfway between second and third. Solardi had a long way to run, and Amarista realized as he threw the ball, and there's nobody over there. He tried to pull it back way too late. So you charge Amarista with a 2-base throwing error. And moves Zunino over to third, and Smith to second. And forces the infield tight with Logan Morrison 1 for 3 with a walk. Sometimes it's rosy, and sometimes this game stinks. And then Morrison rips one to right. Kemp is there for the catch, but tagging Zunino. He scores easily. 4-0, and over to third goes Smith. A 4-0 Mariners lead. So a walk and an error and a fly ball gets you a run, and they could get another. Smith is over at third base with one out, and Cano the batter.
And try not to do too much right there with the pitch that was up in the zone, just elevating that Logan Morrison to the outfield. That's what happened in the 8th inning when Kevin Quackenbush was out there. Jackson got a ball that was up. So now the infield is being drawn in. Got to work down here.
Cano, after grounding out in the first inning, 3 straight hits, a single, home run, single, knocked in 2 runs, slaps that one into the second deck off to the left. Another fly ball, and that's in the alley, left center field, all the way through to the wall. That'll score Smith easily from third on a double by Cano. What a game for Cano. 4 hits, a single, double, home run, single, and 3 runs batted in. The only hit of the inning as the Mariners scored 2 more times.
Well, another high pitch. Remember the home run he hit? It was a high pitch to left field. High changeup.
Excuse me, Mark. With an off season for Cano, for him to get 4 hits today, this may be his best game of the season. And manager Murphy with the long walk to the mound and has called upon Marcus Mateo as Quackenbush cuffed around, gives up 3 runs. Not all his fault. The error certainly playing large here in the 8th or 9th inning. Nothing. That was the final score last night as Marcus Mateo with 1 out enters the game. Cano at second base with the RBI double, and Quackenbush departs, giving up 3 runs at this point, 2 of them earned. Leadoff walk starts the 9th inning.
Well, you hate to see the wheels come off and get ugly here in the 9th.
We were correct. This is Cano's first 4-hit game of the season. So he picked the Padres to punish for his otherwise lackluster season. The birthday man, Cruz, singled and scored the last time up. He's 1 for 4. '19 home runs on the year for Cruz to lead the club. but only one home run in the month of June. 18 combined, April and May. Yeah, the 2 runs by the Mariners here in the 9th for this crowd of 30,251. That kind of pricks the home balloon of hope. Two and one. Kyle Seager will be next. Getting all the body parts in line. You know, we said earlier that how the pitching has changed over the century of baseball, and we didn't get a chance to go into that. But in 1917, on this date, 1917, so almost 100 years, Fred Toney, Cincinnati Redlegs, pitched complete games in both ends of a doubleheader.
Oh.
Oh my, he hit a lot of that one high in the air to left field. Upton going back into the corner, and it's a home run for Cruz. He picked the shortest part of the yard, a high Ruthian shot. Number 20 for Cruz on his birthday, and he can do just that. Cruz the bases. It's 7-0. Another home run given up by Padre pitching.
Missed with location of the fastball and got on top of that ball just enough. Sure, he hits it sky high, but just enough to send it just out of the reach of Justin Upton. Ouch.
He hit home runs on his birthday in 2011, 2014, and again this year. 7-0 now. Boy, the Padres here at home are 0-6 against the American League, about to be 0-7. Watch out. Line way back in the right field area. Oakland swept the brief 2-game series. Houston 3-0. Seattle trying to make it 2-0 and 7 straight losses to the American Leaguers here at Petco. Down goes Seager. That's the second out. Four runs charged to Quackenbush. 3 of them earned. Fastball inside to Gutierrez. 0 for 4.
Well, getting ready for the post-game concert, Lil Jon.
Cruz has hit a lot of home runs. Many of them 400, 450 even. But that home run off Marcus Mateo, only 342 feet as he picked the short corner there in left field. Two balls and a strike to Gutierrez.
Yeah, talk about that doubleheader the guy pitched. It's got to be over 200 pitches, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be 250 maybe.
Well, actually, and here's the nugget in the whole story. It was against Pittsburgh. He won 4-1 and 5-1. He allowed just 3 hits in each game and goes a complete game doubleheader.
That's a good day in the big leagues.
You compare that today with how few times we see any complete games. But we did last night, didn't we?
That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark. Look at this fan here. Nice. Congratulations. Way to go.
Breaking ball is in there, strike 3, and that ends the inning. But 4 more runs score for the Mariners. They lead it 7-0. And 4 base hits delivered by Robinson Cano. 2 singles, a double, and a home run, knocking in 3 runs. His best game of the season, a 4-hit effort by Robinson Cano. Our Bill Howe plays of the game. Mariners breaking it open in the top of the 9th inning, a 7-0 lead, so they don't have to go to their closer Carson Smith. They bring in Tom Wilhelmsen, his 21st game appearance.
Oh, Wilhelmsen, he's got a live arm. And we've seen him before. He has closed some games in the past for Seattle. And the right-hander, as I mentioned, with the live arm. Fastball, cutter, curveball. Get up to 97.
Austin Hedges will bat for the Padres as he hits for Derek Norris. Norris was 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, giving Hedges a chance to get a at bat. He's not had too many. Fouls it back. Hedges, Alonso, and Upton scheduled here in the bottom of the 9th inning. You know, the immediate goal for the Padres, try to get a run on the board, ruin the shutout bid of the Mariners. Seattle trying to come into Petco Park and leave without giving up a single run in the 2 games. Out of play. No runs, 1 hit last night in the complete game effort by young Mike Montgomery. Taijuan Walker went 6 innings, allowed just the 1 hit today. Relief pitching has given up a couple of hits, but no runs. Foul ball, foul ball. Wilhelmsen, 31 years of age. Product of Tucson, Arizona High School. 7th round selection by the Brewers 13 years ago. Breaking ball catches Hedges looking, and the Padres have 1 out in the 9th.
Well, a main thing for a reliever coming in at 7-0 with the lead is to keep the same intensity. And this is a nice curveball by Wilhelmsen, right on the inside. He may have gotten a call there, but still, good tight breaking ball.
Yonder Alonso, one of the Padre hits, one of the 3, a single to center field, the only hit off the starter Taijuan Walker. 1 for 3 for Alonso. Wilhelmsen's nickname, the bartender. And it's not just a nickname thrown carelessly at him. He has served the role, so to speak.
Yeah, he's quite a story.
5 years a bartender out of baseball. Whoa! He just took that martini out of the hand of Alonso. 2 away. Oh, I thought I was serving you, but nevertheless, I'm taking it right back.
Well, he takes a shot at this one and gloves it perfectly. Good reaction by the tall drink of water from the right side.
Those bartenders will serve you water, too. That's important.
That's right.
Brett Wallace will pinch hit with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He'll hit for Upton, who went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter, Wallace. Outscored by the Mariners 12-0 here in the 2 games. And this apparently will be a new low for the Padres. You got to sometimes build a foundation that wasn't in your plans, but you got to start somewhere. So maybe this is the bottom, and Padres can go on the road and get things together. Oftentimes they have done that here in the past few years. Hitting close seem to wear more formfully on the road.
Yeah, we've seen this before last year, last few years actually. And the thing is, you talk to each and every individual on that bench and the coaching staff. You just keep plugging along. You have to. That's the mindset you have to take.
Wallace goes down swinging, and the punishment ends for these fans of 30,251 as the Mariners double whitewash the Padres. The final score 7-0. Here's Mike Pomerantz.
Guys, safe travels to St. Louis. When we see you on Padres Live, the postgame show, we'll get you ready for that series. It's going to be a long road trip. We have all the details for you. We'll be seeing you in just a couple of moments on the postgame show.